This time of year, the garden looks really depressing and sad and dry, but there is one thing here that I'm excited about, and that's my chives. You can see the chives over my shoulder here. I'm gonna pick a bunch and I'm gonna head inside and show you how I make chive butter. There's some grass in here too, but I can separate that later. Get a nice big bunch, and I can keep some in the refrigerator for some omelets and eggs and everything. It's really good on potato salad, I should say. So that should be enough for my chive butter. Take that into the house. Welcome back to The Rustic Wife. I'm Alana. Today I'm going to show you how I make something super easy but really delicious. It's chive butter. My chives are growing like weeds out there in the garden. The rest of the garden kind of looks like a desert. There's nothing planted in there. So it's kind of exciting this time of year to be able to harvest something fresh. For this recipe, you're going to use a pound of butter. Now you can use butter from the store. Obviously, most people will get that, but you can also make your own. And I have a video that I put up about how to make your own butter at home using store-bought cream. So I'm going to put that up here and you can check that link out as well. So I'm going to turn you around and show you how I do this. Like I said, there's just 2 ingredients. I've got some fresh chives here and a pound of butter. Now for your chives, you're going to want to pick out all the grass, wash it and dry them, and then we're going to chop it. We're going to whip this butter. If you want to use unsalted to control the amount of salt you have in your chive butter, you can. I just have salted because that's what I had on hand. Make sure the chives are nice and dry. You don't want any water in your butter because that can make your butter turn rancid quickly. And garlic chives would be really nice in this. I've got some garlic chive seedlings downstairs, so once they grow this year, I'm going to try this recipe with those too. So I'm probably only going to use half of this bunch for the butter. I can just keep that in the refrigerator. What I do is I just wrap these up in a wet paper towel, put them in the crisper, and they'll be fresh for a while. I can use those in another recipe. I'm going to whip this butter, so I find it easier to cut it up into chunks instead of like a whole pound. So just cut that up. So I'm just going to leave it like that until I've chopped my chives, put the chives in there, and then we will roll it in some wax paper. So that worked out to be about a 1/2 cup of chopped chives that we're going to add to the butter. Just going to add the chives and mix it. If you don't have one of these KitchenAid mixers, you can actually just mash up the butter with a wooden spoon or a potato masher or your hand beaters, whatever you've got to soften your butter. So I'm going to dump this chive butter onto a sheet of wax paper. Make sure you get it all, scrape it out of the bowl. I'm going to put a little bit of it in this little crock so we can have it on the table for fresh bread, and the rest of it will be wrapped up in wax paper. I'm going to kind of form it into a cylinder so I can slice it up and store it in the fridge for whenever I need it. So I have some of it in the little crock there, and the rest of it I'm just rolling it up into wax paper. I'm going to kind of roll it into a long, thin cylinder. And then twist the ends. And then you can store that into the refrigerator and just cut slices off as you need it. So there you go, really simple chive butter for the table for fresh bread. Or you can put it in the refrigerator and slice off a bit when you need it. It's really good on fish, on grilled meat, excellent on steak, on Hasselback potatoes, baked potato, any kind of potato really, vegetables, especially grilled vegetables. So it's something that's really simple, and chives are everywhere right now this time of year. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you liked that quick little recipe. It's just another way that you can use up some of the chives that are growing like weeds in your garden. So if you like the content of my channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again next time.